Hey there, Attention Different fam. What you are about to hear is either part 1 or part 2 of the Winter Park Fireside Chats. The Fireside Chats are a series of interviews and one giant group conversation between a whole host of ADHD adults just like you, just like me, just like Aaron. We get together and we talk about what it means to be ADHD or a person with ADHD. We talked about New Year's resolutions and relapse, meaning you set up a New Year's resolution, do you hold firm to it, or does it slip and dissolve and eventually go away throughout the year? We also talk about how to set intentions and goals with a progress frame of mind rather than a results-oriented frame of mind. We're so glad to have you here. We hope that you enjoy parts 1 and 2 of the Winter Park Fireside Chats. But before we dive in, let's all take a breath. You got this. Welcome, everyone. We are here in Tabernash, Colorado, up in the Rocky Mountains. This is the ADHD Adulting Fireside Chat, which is a unique opportunity for everyday ADHD adults to connect, share advice, and learn from one another how to thrive with this condition. Tonight's topic, New Year, New You, resolutions, routines, and relapse.
All right. What are some habits that we need to either do, habits or routines we either need to do or avoid to accomplish these goals?
To repeat, and if you want me to start with the behavioral thing. So we've asked everyone, what is that goal, process response? What is that process-oriented goal that we have for this year? Now it's, what behaviors do I have to change, or what behaviors do I have to add to accomplish that goal? Cool? Yeah. I'm gonna start with a behavioral change, right? So not an add, but a change. I guess it's both though, kind of. For me, to accomplish the goal of ASL or any language learning, or really any of the goals I have for this year, I had to make the big kid, pull up your pants adult choice to do sober January, but not just dry January, fully sober January. And with the, we are how many days in? I've lost count. I'm freaking out. So no, the bigger, actually, the bigger umbrella to this though, this behavioral change is, with all due seriousness, I live in New Orleans. There is this bacchanal called Mardi Gras, and regardless of sober January, we will be partying very soon after January, right? And the sort of haunting question is, okay, so you pull off sober January, boom, boom. I've done it the last 2 years. This is the third. I'm sure I can make it to February. I've done it before. I'm not sure I can do it again if once I don't want a pendulum swing, right? And that pendulum swing can be violent back. So am I going to do this sober January, feel so good about it, get to Mardi Gras, and then do all the things, and then all of a sudden March 5th rolls around, the day after my birthday, Tanti Gras. But March 5th rolls around, Ash Wednesday, and I'm still smoking weed. Or I roll a cigarette, you know? And you think, oh, is this back in my life again? So I have to renegotiate my entire relationship to these substances. To be very specific, weed has been an everyday substance for 2 years. That was not my thing in high school or college. I went to an Episcopalian school, you know, very this. I didn't engage in those sort of things until, you might argue, a little bit later, like college age. And even then it was not over the top, right? It only became so around grad school, thank you very much. But the 2 years every day thing, I can tell you, just to get brutal about it, detoxing after that, my partner and I sweat the bed for the first 4 or 5 nights. I mean, our body was getting toxins out, O-U-T, out. And there is no better confirmation than, like, and this sounds disgusting, but wet bed sheets. I mean, like, than you sweating awake 4 or 5 times a night, right? And having to get a towel because you're sweating. That is a confirmation that your body is like, I need to get this out. I know, right? Yeah, damn, homie. I mean, there's nothing more aggravating than being woken up for the 4th time at like 4 a.m. Yeah, we know. So that behavioral change also requires a process, right? So the first is accountability buddies. For a good sober January, you got to find your sober January friends, right? Which I have done, and in New Orleans, that is paramount. You have to find your people who are refusing to drink, refusing to smoke, and I've done that. The second then is to speak it out. I'm going to write this book. I have called my mother. I've called my siblings. I say it a lot. It sounds like a neurotic thing, but I know with the work I've done over the years that I am calling it out. I'm making sure that other people, it sucks. This sucks. But I know that there will be a moment in late March or April where if I have a spliff in my fingers, I've said it to enough people where someone goes, aren't you trying to not do that? And that's enough. That's enough to remind me like, yeah, I did say that shit. So that using the word sobriety a lot more, like honoring it, paying reverence to it, being happy about it, being proud about it. I can tell you right now, I feel fantastic right now. But just that 6 or 7 day journey to now was harrowing, and more proof that it needs to happen. So one other process to it. Yeah, there's meditation. Yeah, there's good nutrition. The gym definitely helps. But I think I'm gonna use one of my favorite quotes of all time, Richard Boleslavsky. Only when the subject is truly fed up can the real work begin. And I hit my fed up moment. And I'll tell you what it was. I'll be very vulnerable. We were day 4 or 5. It was January 6th. I do it on the 2nd is the start because January 1 is for me, right? It's for us, right? So starting from the 2nd, it's like the 5th, okay, or 6th. And my partner and I were jonesing for that oral fixation. So we thought, let's roll a tea and CBD joint, right? So it's like, oolong tea and CBD herb, right? No THC. And we were feeling pretty good about that. It was like a nice night. This is nice, okay, we're faking it, right? But I am not an expert on cannabinoids and their effect in the body. And I am not an expert on, relapse, but I had just stopped sweating the previous night. We both had a clean night, dry bed. We both smoked these CBD joints and I sweat the bed again that night, a lot. And it woke me up again. When I tell you I was fucking livid, I have never been more angry at cannabis in my life. I was like, get the fuck out of my life. It was so immediate. It was Boleslavsky. I was fed up. And when I texted, back to that process, I texted my mother, I texted Aaron, I texted, I sent out to my confidants and I was like, y'all, this happened. I am fucking done. A lot of all caps. I am fed up. And if you know me, you know when I'm fed up, shit changes fast, brother. I am ready. Finally. Can you hear me? Yeah, I was fed up. I was really mad. And this is an interesting nuanced point, or I hope it's interesting. This is a nuanced point. Anger can be really helpful. Anger can be healthy. I was extremely healthily furious.
When you channel it, yes.
Yes. And so I said, this shit stops today. And I can say with confidence and pride, I haven't had that urge because now it's in the fuck you category. It's in the you're an enemy category. You're an enemy of the state. Like you're not allowed in here, right? So I needed, and back to the book, I needed the time. It had to happen that way. It had to happen that way. I had to have that little urge with my partner and smoke the CBD thing and then get that sweat night and be like, oh no, fuck this. And not even a trace amount of cannabis can be in my body, right? So that is how we're going to kick this off, right? Is what behavior has to change or what behavior do we need to adopt to accomplish our goal?
And I'll preface this one just as I did the process stuff for the goals, right? The thing that is so hard for ADHDers is yes, we can make the commitment in the moment, right? But it's the consistency of the follow through of doing it day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. That's the challenge. Now, some would argue, right, that it's impossible for an ADHDer to be consistent. It's kind of baked into the disorder, right? The executive dysfunction.
Inconsistent.
Consistently inconsistent. It's part of the executive dysfunction. However, what I think we can do is make up for our inconsistencies with persistence. So if we can, in our processes of self-growth, of discovery, of recommitting ourselves to these resolutions, if we can anticipate we will have relapses, we will have moments, we will have bad days where we make a bad decision.
And you do not shame yourself for that.
No, and you
Absolutely not.
Actually do the opposite. You just say, you know what? It's not that you give yourself permission, but in a sense you give yourself self-compassion.
Yeah.
You say, okay, I did that. That is in the past. I am resetting.
Yeah. And there's power in that. There's so much power and choosing to reset. I actually have the mini allegory. I have other friends who are doing the Sober January thing, and one of our friends has a lot of anxiety and had to pack a one-hitter like on the 5th or 6th, right? And when I tell you that the 3 or 4 of us doing the Sober January, absolutely no shame in that space. We were like, girl, we got it. Like, we got you. And she was like, actually, I haven't had a craving, like days later, she was like, I haven't had a craving for even like a tea cigarette. Once I took that hit from the one hitter, it made my brain all foggy again and I fell asleep on the couch. And that was her fed up moment. She woke up and she was like, oh, I fucking hate that feeling, like of losing my, 20 or 30 minutes. But then it also wasn't that big of a deal. Like the walls didn't cave in and the feds didn't show up. You know what I mean? Like it was just, I did the thing, it was in the past, and reset.
And what we can do is also think about those habits, because habits can be positive or they can be negative. So the negative habits, or the self-destructive habits, is probably better than negative, because it's just, sometimes we do things like whether it's smoking weed or drinking alcohol or smoking cigarettes or too much caffeine or energy drinks or whatever the things are, binging on shows, video games, like whatever the things are, is it constructive? Is it leading me towards my better self, my identity, my goals, or is it destructive? Is it counterproductive? So we have to think about that. And if we can identify what's that core need inside of us of why I'm doing this thing, why am I smoking the weed, right? Why am I having the drink? Is it because for me, I'll be vulnerable here too. I was addicted to cigarettes, earlier on. And I kicked it, right? I no longer smoke. But it took me years. I was in my 30s, right? A well-dressed therapist on my way to a client's house trying to hide the fact that I just had a cigarette.
This is what he texted me. I cried. He was so nice. That was so compassionate when you texted me that. But Aaron, to not pick on the negative at all and go, hey man, I have been right there. And then he shared that story with me. It was like, there was this one time I was going to a client and I remember I'm like smoking a block away so that they don't smell it. And then he said the thing that we all know, and they know.
Yeah. And I had so much shame.
Yeah.
So much shame of they're going to smell it on me. I'm supposed to be a good influence. I'm supposed to be a role model. Here I'm meeting with some teenager, and how's his family going to trust me? And I smell like cigarettes. And I'm like, how am I supposed to be the example of someone that can regulate my emotions and anxiety and other things for this other person? And I'm like sitting here stressed and smoking a cigarette.
I just love the idea of it. So anyway, in the practice of quitting smoking.
But what I had to come to terms with was, you know what? I have gotten myself into this bad behavioral habit. And I need to choose some supplementary habits. So I'm doing this as a self-medicating, self-soothing kind of thing. And if I just breathe more, right? If I go and have something that is the oral fixation, like maybe some sunflower seeds or some pistachios or some gum or a non-nicotine vape or something like that, right? Like if I can get some kind of supplementary thing and put that in there, even just temporarily, and I work to disentangle the behaviors from, when I'm feeling anxious or stressed, I do this. And there's so many instances where I would do stuff like that. We associate those things, those behaviors. I do this every time I wake up. I do this every time I get in the car. And for those smokers and people that have habits out there,
I rolled a spliff before every business conversation.
Oh my God! It
was like
became.
Anxious, yeah.
It starts out as I smoke when I'm stressed or something, or I smoke socially. That's what the name
always.
Like, I'm drinking. I'm with my friends. I'm smoking socially. Then it goes
for now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It's always for now.
And then it's like, oh wait, no, I'm smoking when I have my coffee. And oh no, I smoked during a break. And oh no, I smoked during this and this.
It is so
and
upsetting and haunting how exactly that was my journey with spliffs. Like literally those things was like, oh, but there's nothing like a spliff and a coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
When you get to that point, you're like, where have I gone?
It's a morning thing. It's a problem.
Right. No, I actually, no, I do. For me at least, that's true.
Yeah. I'm not trying to make this whole thing into an addiction thing, but it does. There is
And it's just
ADHD,
accessible.
right? When we talk about habits and routines, and we talk about destructive, counterproductive things, we have to talk about substances and addiction. If we didn't, we wouldn't be doing anyone any justice.
This is that perfect moment for somebody to be like, on the bubbler. You just hear like the.
This is getting intense, man. I need to go.
Bust out my packed American spirits. Oh, hi. Back on me.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Can you ask the question again? It's gonna help me.
Yes.
Okay.
So the question is, what behaviors, what habits do we need to either form? Oh, actually, oh my God, I'm gonna use, okay, for Catherine Moore, who used to name Kitty Cat Momo, there's a professor at my undergrad, she would say, hold on tightly, let go lightly. Which behaviors and habits do we need to hold on tightly to? And which do we need to this one is a let go lightly of, right, or hold on tightly to?
This isn't let go hardcore.
Great.
So, okay. Last year, I directed my first documentary. The subject matter. But because of the subject matter, I got stressed out. And when I stress, I drink Diet Coke. I love fizzy shit. So, beer to Diet Coke, whatever's in the middle, I will drink it as long as it makes me burp. And I burp into the mic all the time. Aaron saw it tonight.
Sound check.
So, for my own health and wellness, I turn to these things, and I know it's terrible for my stomach to drink fizzy drinks. This sounds like I'm 88.
It did air a little bit on the geriatric. Yeah. I gotta get rid of the fizzy drinks, the fizzy sodas. Yeah.
But no, because when it's weird because it's not just the nicotine, because I do smoke. And when I'm on set, I smoke. Absolutely, because I need that break. I need the silence. I don't need to think about anything. I'm just inhaling.
A filmmaker who smokes?
Oh, who? David Lynch? Who's that?
Fucking wild concept. Yeah, wild.
Stephen King? What?
Are you telling me that's like a stressful kind of job? Okay, go on. Yeah.
So my alternative is Diet Coke. And I do not have Diet Coke. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't have Diet Coke in this house because I'm truly addicted to it. Or fizzy things in general.
Yeah, I feel you. So out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
is the
but
process.
when I type, when I start to go into the screenplays and shit like that, I like to have something cold and fizzy, aka a DC.
A DC.
But I'm
cold DC.
I do nothing like a cold DC, and especially because Brandon, my partner doesn't drink, so if we go out or anything like that, I'll order a Diet Coke. It's easy. But a habit that I need to change is that because it is now ruining my stomach lining in terms of an ulcer. And I burp into the microphone.
What a cool come around. I was not a great storyteller. You're clearly a very good doctor. I didn't understand what the burping to the microphone. Now I get it. This is having a physically deleterious
a physical
effect.
problem.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's a physical. Not to go into addiction.
No, because I mean, honestly, well done to make us all think this was lighthearted and geriatric, but it's actually clinical.
No, it's clinical.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I had to go in prescription omeprazole
Yeah.
for a month and a half
Whoa.
while I was filming because I didn't want to stop drinking Diet Coke.
My God, that's a lot of DC.
It was. When you get an ulcer from Diet Coke.
No, I'm hearing it. Oh, I'm now there.
At least I have my teeth.
Yeah. Actually, wow. Yeah.
And that is something that we see in the statistics is ADHDers do have higher rates of health problems, especially things like diabetes and stuff like that, right? Congestive heart failure, where we have more of those health implications because of, impulsivity, because of some of the compulsive behaviors that we do.
It just comes out of your mouth. It flows. We're sitting at a bar, the crew and I are chilling, and, you want a Miller Lite? No, I'll take a Diet Coke. I don't want to be left out.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's also so complicated because it got morally mixed,
Yeah.
right? Like it got mixed. It got. Remember, you were thinking it was an anchor point, an emotional anchor point. It got anchored to this emotional, moral, oh no, I'm not drinking. I'll have a soda.
Yeah.
And there's actually a cultural respect to that. Oh, cool. You're not. Oh, yeah. Okay, right. You wouldn't think to say, hey, no DC.
Well, so many. To come back to the substance use thing. So I used to run intensive outpatient treatment substance abuse groups, and how many people, right, would come to the group? They'd be struggling with addictions of different forms, whether that's drugs or alcohol or whatever. Sugar, nicotine. Those would be the things that were present. Even the director would come with brownies and cupcakes and all sorts of sweets. And she'd be like, yeah, everyone wants these. I'm like, yeah,
What
they're
are you
substituting.
doing?
This is their addiction now. You're just killing them slower. But and then they'd have, and then halfway through the group,
Yeah.
what would they do?
Crash.
Smoke break.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And me, right, as right, who was not smoking, right? I actually did have one relapse in that group. Just one. Because everyone was smoking.
That's so crazy that your relapse happened while leading a addiction prevent. I just wanted to frame that, because that's striking.
But you put it like that.
Because of how intense addictions are.
Yeah.
Right? I was sitting there smelling around wafts of smoke, everyone smoking.
All the behavior you can see is engaging in the thing you're trying
Yeah,
to
Yes.
and they're not going to judge you for it.
No,
They're going to
don't
welcome
care.
you. Yeah.
So I felt this overwhelming urge in that moment. I need to have a cigarette. So what I did, I embraced it with self-compassion. I said, I will have one. And then I'm going to not have another. And I'm not going to do this again. And I did. I stuck to that. Right? Actually, the next time, I went out to the smoke break and then didn't smoke. And I kept going back out and putting myself in that discomfort.
Yeah.
And then not smoking.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the smoke break and I'm not going to smoke.
This brings me right back to the sidebars we were having early days when you were doing these, and how Aaron opened my eyes with a great deal of avarice to the contradictory, the just disgusting contradictory behavior of some of these clinics, and that clearly is one of them. Is just the what is it, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And the fact that it literally Aaron was like, this feels like a bad idea, and then cut to him fuck. That's one to one, right? Yeah.
Sai, you were telling us about a behavior or habit that you're wanting to change and not keep, that's detrimental, or something that you need to do that is constructive.
To achieve our goal.
To achieve your goal.
Well, I always like to talk about, we in social, we call it psychoeducation, so learning about what it is. So healthy, unhealthy habits, so identifying that first. I'm really bad at that because I'm compulsive too as well. I still do e-cigarettes. Thank you. I'm getting better at it because I'm compulsive and I do e-cigarettes too. It's not healthy. So it's being able to identify, being aware. So that's what I teach a lot of clients too as well. It's can you identify and be aware what's healthy, what's not healthy. Number two, we got to go back to addiction. Do y'all know who has the best habits? Addicts. Right? They know when they want to fucking drink. They know when they're gonna smoke. The gamblers are very consistent. They go to the place. They do that. Right? Those are the best habits. So what that means is that it's internal. That means we all have it innately within us. So I think it's just flipping it. There's something called cognitive behavioral therapy. It's almost like opposite thinking. It's just help you process it. So I've been trying to do that. So with my podcast, I hate doing this. So I have something called imposter syndrome and macro invalidation.
Imposter syndrome. And
Oh, so it's a document that I created, and I just titled it Imposter Syndrome, and then parentheses macro invalidation, right? Wow. And I just write all the things. You're not good enough. This podcast sucks. What else? You're never gonna finish it, and all that.
Macro invalidation.
Yes, it
That you tell yourself. So big picture,
Right.
overarching ways you invalidate yourself.
Yes, and I did not come up with that word. It was my mentor, one of my mentor, LCSW. So yes, that's exactly it. So that's why I love using that word, right?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm curious, what does that mean to y'all? Macro invalidation.
I actually exactly what it felt like. Macro invalidations.
It means what you said it means.
Yeah.
It's like the global way you tell yourself.
Exactly.
All the little cuts that you give yourself.
And it's not at a granular enough level where it's tangibly grabbing onto anything
There's
to
no
actually
improvement.
discount
Right.
for this reason this is true. It's there's
Exactly.
it's not
It's all the lies that your mind
Yeah, and
tells
there's
yourself.
no
Lies.
feeling better about it in that kind of broad.
Yeah.
So
It's just like I'm terrible.
So tell us,
there's
so you put
there's nothing there to grab
Yeah.
onto.
But there's a way. Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, go on. So what do you do with that
So there's a
document?
way. So I call it exposure therapy. The more you see it that you're not good enough, but I just don't end there. So the other half is motivational quotes, and I guess motivating things and tips and tricks and all that stuff. I need to share with y'all. Y'all need to see this because it's very interesting and good practice for yourself. So I do that, And the last thing is identity. Like I got it from Atomic Habits, so it's kind of similar to, and you caught me too. He's like, I want to read books, I want to finish a book, right? But that comes from a place of deficiency, meaning you're not good enough, or Aaron must have said something, I can't remember. So the identity is that, what does a person who reads a book do, right? They put it in the backpack, they put it by the keys, they read it 10 pages a day, right? Things like that. So I actually still need help with this in my podcast, but it's just doing 1% at a time. So I have to read macro invalidation document first, and then I just do a couple things. But I still have the overall thing, so I'm still stuck. I'm just saying what I try to practice, but
I have a little bit of a tip for you, just real quick, because I like the idea of like the macro invalidation, like recognizing what you're telling yourself. But I think also maybe try to flip that, right? What are the reframes that you can tell yourself that you can talk yourself into doing the podcast, or talk yourself out of those invalidation statements? Because when we invalidate ourselves and talk down to ourselves, we kind of need the opposite of, it's easy to tell yourself what you like are bad at and what you can't do. Yeah. But it's so much harder for us to come to the other side and be like, why isn't that true? Yeah. What am I doing?
I like the why isn't that true. Because I want to ask for clarification. Is that what the second half of the document is? The affirmation? Well, do they directly tied to are they paired to an invalidation above?
They are paired. It's supposed to combat it.
Okay, so it is so it is a negative self core belief, and then not in spite of that, this is the stronger belief.
Like evidence to disprove that.
Yes, exactly right there.
But the affirmations have to be something that speaks to a true core belief. It can't just be like platitudes. Oh, I'm great. I'm fine. Like I'm good. I'm awesome. Like things like that. That doesn't work. It has to be something that's like, that's actually more true than the invalidating statement.
I like to use the same formula as the terrible belief. Like you're terrible, it becomes you are human who sometimes will fail. Or you're human and you'll doubt yourself.
Ooh, that's a lot of compassion there. Yeah.
It's like the same you are, and so you can actually replace it if you want to, or at least put it side by side.
I like that. Thank you, I'm using that.
Yeah. Symmetry helps sometimes.
I love you guys.
But we talked about, expectations. So we talked about the 80-20. I use the 80-20 method.
I love that, yeah.
80% of the time I'm going to prepare and get it right, and let's go. For the 20% that I will probably fail, and there will be chaos. But if I know that I have 80% of it down
really
pat,
good, right?
let's fucking go.
Okay, but isn't failure the goal?
Failure is the goal.
So really, there really isn't a 20%.
So it's 100% win.
And there's a reframe, right?
That's like literally the mentalities. You can't.
I think that's what broke Tom's brain.
It changed my life. For sure.
If the failure does not break you and you are willing to fail over and over and over and over and still reach your goal, you will eventually succeed.
The points of hitting failure are landmarks or checkpoints of getting closer to the goal.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Right? It's like a bad relationship, right? Oh, I know what I don't want anymore, so now I know what I'm looking for. And it's just like that, but with you.
Yeah, I love that you brought in the relationships part of this too, because in this segment as well, think about these routines also relationally too. Are there people in your lives where it's like they're supporting you in this process of growth and adopting these habits? Can you lean on people, your partner, your loved ones, your friends, others that are around you that can be that support system for you? Can be coaches, can be therapists, can be other people as well.
That's actually a good way
I
to
went
look
right
at it.
upstairs after you talked about your week thing, and I was like, hey, I have some things I want to talk to you about with my partner, that I think will be good. And
Hell yeah.
I really wanted to be like, bookmark this. I need to talk to you about this.
Hell yeah. Okay, so wait, and thank you for weaving it in. That's perfect. So we would normally, if we had more time, we would do a third question about how does this affect your
We'll
relationship
just
with yourself.
wrap them together.
Wrap it in if you feel
if it's part of the thing that's authentically going to support you.
and the question similar to the one before, there's an A and B side to the coin. How does this change? How does this affect or change your relationship to yourself and to others? Right. So what is a habit or behavior that we need to add or let go of, and how will that inform our relationship to ourselves and others? Is the whole thought.
Oh man, okay, thank you for repeating that.
You're welcome.
Sorry, you're.
Oh yeah, go on.
Thank you.
Okay, so habit I need to let go of. So I'm a content creator. I'm on social media 24/7. And so
You don't know it right now, but hashtag my ADHD is just like at my ADHD is just running across the screen right now.
and I've gotten really burnt out because of that, obviously. And it's a weird dynamic when there's like, you feel like there's people relying on you on social media. It's just like a really weird thing, but there needs to be boundaries put up around that. And like specifically habits of just like, when I'm on it, I'm telling myself it's for work. Like I'm working, like scrolling. Like when you guys are scrolling, you're probably enjoying it and like, oh, this is dopamine. But for me, I'm like, oh, I'm working.
This is research.
I'm researching. This is research. Yes, but it is kind of research. But still, it's like there's not really a cutoff point for it for me. Like
There's no boundary.
there's no boundary whatsoever. And I think my people who follow me know that and take full advantage of that. So yeah, that's been really challenging, and it's definitely something that like it comes up in my family. Like it is a problem. Like there's people in my life who like maybe they'll call me or text me and I don't answer for them, but yet they see me on Instagram. And they're like, oh, you can like talk to all your followers, but like
you're
your
messaging
sister
the
called
followers.
me. Like, you're not answering my call. So it's definitely like impacting the people around me in like a really big way that like I didn't really understand until maybe last year. So I'm like, oh, but I'm working, guys. It's work. Like, and maybe that's not true. Like maybe that's not all true. So yeah, just
Or
like
even if it is, just
Even if it is, I
just
shouldn't
the
be
acknowledgement.
working that way.
Well,
Like,
but no, don't shit all over yourself. If I think that even if it is, it still hurts maybe sometimes because I've been there in a different context. But I can somehow dedicate this much time to this, but why can't I call my brother or my sister? So like I get that feeling intimately.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's also the release of that's okay. There are people, they have feelings and they're expressing their feeling. But
Yes.
and let's say in a
I
perfect
took
world,
it very
you are
personally,
working.
and some of those
Yeah.
conversations I've been taking really personally, but like, oh, but I'm doing so much good, and it's all this, like, I'm helping people, and like, you don't understand because you don't see all the messages that I'm getting, and like, I tried to like, make it justifiable, but like, really it was hurting them. Like, it doesn't matter what my reason is, like, they're affected by it in a way.
Process, behavioral process, and you've included beautiful example of relational, right? Now it's affecting relationships to yourself, shame, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Well, and
And,
just
uh,
like exhaustion.
And then burnout, and then also people are feeling hurt or they're missing you. And for the record, what a wonderful reason for someone to be hurt. I really want to stress that. They're hurt because they miss you.
Yes, I took it as an attack,
Right.
like,
We
oh,
often
you just
do.
don't like the work I'm doing. Like, I took it very personally, but it was like, oh no, they just like miss me.
We forget that apathy. We forget that no. On a real note, adult ADHDers, hopefully speaking for the crowd, adult ADHDers have a real knack for forgetting that apathy is so much worse, right? Than like someone being hurt or like missing you. If someone nothings you, like, oh, I don't care what you're doing. Like, I don't care. Like so yeah. That yeah. Go on.
So the behavior
Yeah.
that you need to change surrounding that.
Just the overall, like, the way I look at it needs to change, I think, or like the boundaries, but maybe specific timelines. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what it looks like, but it's just the awareness of it already has helped. Like, even here, I've been able to like put it down and connect with the people that are actually here with me instead of like the thousands of people.
I was gonna say you have been totally off the phone this
Yeah.
weekend, actually. Yeah,
I'm trying hard to.
Yeah,
but
well,
there's
it's
a lot of
working.
guilt. There's a lot of guilt there.
Hey, well, also fuck the guilt. You're doing great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, but like.
You've been very present this entire trip.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the bathroom like scrolling.
I love that. Yeah. 3 hours later. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I swear I'm doing coke in here.
I'm doing drugs. Lots of drugs. I love it. Also, dogs,
I'm
cats,
drinking
dogs,
Diet
cats,
Cokes
dogs,
in the
cats. Yeah. It's DC. I swear. Dogs, cats, dogs, cats, dogs, cats, dogs, cats. Call that. Okay, so we don't know what it is literally, but thank you, Sai. Awareness is the first step, right? So we're aware
Creating
of
boundaries.
Yeah, creating
Maybe
boundaries,
some
time
set times.
boundaries, and I mean, yeah, being aware, keenly aware that your loved ones are looking for you.
Well, like, and at home, like, we've been trying to like play board games together, like be together more than like let's put the phone down for a little bit. Like, everyone's gonna live. The world will still spin. Like, everything's gonna be fine.
May I offer you a really fun tip, especially if you're on your influencer friends? This was something we did in college, and this is very theater kids to do this. We all had a favorite dive bar to get wings at, and it was the time. I think it was the time of Instagram had just been created. I mean, like, really.
Quick story.
Thank you. So we would all put our phones. My friend T can count with this. We would all put our phones in the middle of the table. And the first person on a vibrate, not ring, the first person to answer their phone had to pay.
Ah.
I have heard that.
It was excellent.
And on that note, one other tip that might be helpful, something that we do, right, Alexis? This is my wife, Alexis. We set the passcode on each other's phones and have, yes. So
What?
we have the parental controls set on the iPhone. So as an adult, you can just dismiss the thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you do the parental control on your other person's phone, then you can't bypass it without knowing their password, right? So
That is so
it prevents you, if you just set a time like, okay, after 11 o'clock, I am not accessing any of these apps. Nothing that's unproductive.
No, that totally just closed the gap for me because I've lost count of the number of ADHD adult friends who are like, did you see this new thing you can attach to your fridge and it's an RFID magnet and you just swipe your phone and your phone becomes a dumb phone, but it's all under your control.
And right. And
so I felt
self-control
wrong.
is the main thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But now
that
if I
closed
want
the gap.
access, access to it, I have to go to her. I have to be like, so I need to I got an important thing. She's like,
bullshit.
go to bed. Go to bed.
That's awesome. I don't know if I'm there yet.
Right.
Could get there.
I think someone's nearby upstairs going nodding vigorously.
But what's helpful about that we found, like, by doing it, is at first it's hard, right? And breaking a habit can be hard. The thing is, though, the more you do it, it takes the option off the table, and you substitute it with a different habit, something that's more productive. So, like, if I'm like, oh, I know at 11 o'clock I'm not going to be scrolling because I have to literally go to bed. You go to bed, and if you need some other stimulation, you replace it with something else. Like, oh, I'm going to journal, I'm going to read, I'm going to listen to music, I'm going to do a meditation, and then
I'm gonna have you set my code.
okay, I'll do it. Now he's committing to it. No.
It's just me thinking like, but I want the meditation.
No,
on my
Snapchat.
phone.
That's
Snapchat,
true.
Instagram, Facebook. By the time we leave here tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less, yes, commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, speaking of behavioral change and relational.
So something that I think I'm gonna keep that's worked is accountability measures. So something that's worked is like getting up and going to the gym when you go to the gym. But then another thing of accountability is with my Spanish goal is that, again, there is the accountability because there's a professor, a tutor who's going to be meeting me at that point. But I think I think I'm going to move that time of when I'm taking Spanish classes to be directly after the time that I stop working, because sometimes it's hard at the end of my workday to stay motivated to work up into that time. That's the end of my day.
How long is the gap now between end of workday and Spanish class?
Well, she's doing it in the morning now.
Yeah, but I'm going to change it to come directly afterward because...
And it creates a transition point, which is also important for ADHDers, right?
Yeah, because if I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be at my computer and then I'm going to close out of work and then start my Spanish, then that's kind of already made the decision for me that I'm going to have a productive full day of work. Because that keeps me from saying, well, I think this is time enough. This is a good pausing point as any, and then I wander over and start doing something else. So that just kind of gives me that extra added push.
Oh, you have the next thing, the transition. I got you.
My day's not over yet.
My day's not over.
And and I hear this from my clients too, is like sometimes they have a hard time stopping work, right? They continue to work, and then it's like, oh, it's 8 o'clock and and like, definitely. But if you can set a hard out, like I have to meet with my tutor at this time, I have to go to the gym, I have this class, I have something I have to show up for, then you don't have the choice, right? There's more consequences to avoiding it.
Yeah, and it's become harder to get to the end of my day, and just because
with like ADD meds. Like I'm kind of left high and dry around like 2:00.
Yeah.
So to just kind of have something toward the end of it, and it's
That you can look forward to.
yeah, that I can look forward to and further motivates me. And yeah.
I like that. I think I might adopt that when I'm doing the ASL and Spanish stuff. End of day.
That strategy actually worked really well for me when I was doing the personal training with my trainer in person. That strategy worked really well for me. So yeah, I like it.
I like
Therapy worked for me. 5 p.m. every Tuesday, work from home. So.
There we go.
Oh, not every Tuesday, every time I have a therapy appointment.
Right.
That's potent.
It's one month right now, it's fine.
This human in this incredible jacket. I have no idea where you got it. This bomb. Yeah, I know.
Where'd you get that from?
Ooh, I'm sure. I think Mr. Tonti here can tell both everyone here and also our listeners at a later date.
I will. No, exactly. Oh, good, smooth. Okay, go on. Your habit and relation.
I'd like to get back on the mindfulness train. That seemed to really be working out for a little bit. My big issue is I need to have these visual reminders to do these things, even taking time for myself. And so I'll even have on my personal calendar a little reminder 5 days a week that says, play a little bass, it's a treat. But I work through it every time. It's like, oh, I haven't got enough work done. And so it's coming up with ways to be more attentive in my own personal life. Maybe even getting back into Focus Mates, where I have a routinely scheduled session with someone and they're like, I'm cleaning out my office or whatever thing they're doing. And I'm cool, I'm playing the bass. And just figuring out ways to keep myself more accountable with the things that I say I should be doing to take better care of myself so that I'm not just the mental brain equivalent of a Pinto that's on fire with
Tell
no
us
extinguisher.
real quick what Focus Mate is.
Yeah.
How it's helped you. Yeah, what is it?
So for the uninitiated, Focus Mates is this really cool website where you can either just ad hoc jump into a session or schedule something in advance where you are matched with someone else who also has a similar, just some sort of goal where they need accountability. It's basically parallel play. And the goal there is that
Co-working.
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. It's like
Body
maybe
doubling.
could be studying for an exam. It could be someone just trying to be more proactive in their own creative endeavors. Things that are more work adjacent. It could be professional. It could be creative. It could be things that you're doing in your free time. But the goal there is that you have the accountability. So you'll typically go into your session. Both of you will explain what you're doing, and then usually what happens is you keep your camera on, and then you just hit mute. And then for whatever designated time you have, when that expires, you have this sort of like mini blaring alarm, and you unmute, and everyone has updates as to whether or not they made progress on that thing, and then you just wish them the best of luck.
And it works so well. I've tried it twice myself when we were exploring different ADHD adult tools, and I mean, it's just so dumb obvious. It works so well, and there are wonderful exchanges at the end.
Like people are sincerely in each other's corner. Like,
Yes.
I really hope that worked out for you.
Yeah.
Instant pen pal.
It is. Oh, it very much is. One of the people I was working with was getting towards their MD, like really close to residency and stuff like that. And I remember at the end,
I'm invested now.
I know. I was immediately like, "What? I was cleaning my office." Like, you were studying for some
Yeah,
shit.
you can meet awesome people
Yeah.
from around the world, and the novelty factor of, well, who's it going to be? Who is this person?
Oh, so good.
And they're needing you too, right? Like,
Yeah.
so ADHDers who we always are like, I want to help someone else. It's easier to help someone else. Like, you could explain to a friend what your
great
problem
point.
is, but helping yourself, you'd be like, I don't want to do that. Well, now it's like, I'm not only helping someone else too, but I'm helping myself at the same time.
And we're both making progress.
Yeah.
Dope.
Sweet. All right, you're up.
I have a habit of lying to myself and telling myself it's self-care.
Okay. You one more time.
I have a habit of lying to myself and telling myself that what I am doing is self-care.
Oh,
Example.
justification and rationalization?
Example. Hannah and I were supposed to go get drinks 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Who knows, but we'll go. I believe.
I text like an hour before we're supposed to meet. I'm just like, not feeling it. Like, I blah, 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 this stuff. I'm overwhelmed. Can we reschedule? That's...
Did not reschedule.
We didn't reschedule.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that habit of doing that specifically with like plans that I had made. When it's like, oh, that's a problem for future me. Like that whole mentality, I need to cut that out because that is not bringing me the community that I want.
God, what a callback! So good. Okay, so let go lightly of this. It sounds like a lengthy pattern of behavior.
Avoidance. Yeah.
Avoidance. It's totally avoidance for. I don't even know why. I love Hannah. I love hanging out with friends, but there's like post-COVID, there's this comfort to I want to be high on the couch watching YouTube with my dogs and my husband. And that like that's a wonderful thing to do. It sounds lovely. Not every single fucking day.
Right.
We need to live our lives.
You're fun, Devin, just not that fun.
He's
Not
so fun.
every day.
He's so fun, but
You're just saying that because I'm your ride back to Denver.
it's true.
But it's healthy.
On the front seat.
Okay, no, on a real level, like it is healthy. I think to have other outlets and expand our network because it keeps the relationship fresh too, right? We can't just like stay there in one spot. No matter how much you love the person and want to spend time with them, right? You need to have those other outlets, and even if we're feeling exhausted and tired in the moment, it's like, how am I going to feel? How do I always feel after I hang out with this person?
That's the big one. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, I don't want to fucking go. And then you're like, oh, I just had the best time ever.
Yeah. So I was going to say something like joking direct to camera, but it's all of a sudden got more serious. No one is everyday fun.
I'm not.
That's so toxic. No one is fun every day. No one is fun every day. And like the idea that we'll be able to just loop that shit for 365? No, absolutely not. Yeah. I'm reminded by the Dr. Becky's out there. I keep singing her praise. I hope I get to meet you. But like she's famously said, like, sometimes I'm a shit parent. And like we need to say, like, sometimes I say the thing and I go, fuck, I didn't mean to say that to my kid, right? And then she has to go, I apologize. I lost my cool, right? But like, no one is fun every day. Cut that shit out.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And to back to that point, I have 1,000 times been in the situation where I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. And excuse, but maybe I'm too late and like social standards are a thing. And I'm like, I can't cancel 5 minutes before they show up. And then that person shows up and they say, oh, it was such a blast. We were 3 hours. I can't believe I didn't tell you. Yeah. So,
exactly.
Some process. What's the first good thing?
Like a habit.
The next good thing
Behavioral habit.
to do.
The next good thing would be hanging out with Hannah.
Rescheduling.
I got you.
Do it now. It's recorded.
Yeah.
Maybe like addressing it ahead of time, like, hey, if I try to cancel with you.
Yeah, because I respect
That is sneaky, and your tightness is so.
That's being like validating, but next time I'll shame you.
Remind. No shame.
I'm like, come on,
Remind.
bitch. You want to come get a pickle shot at bar 9.
Oh, I do.
You want that more than you want to hang out with me, and you do want to hang out.
Hannah, gentle nudge, and be like, hey, remember, I'm your good friend, and I really want to see you.
Yeah. And maybe what that could look like is
gentle.
Bitch is a term of endearment.
Well, I mean, whatever you want.
Bitch, it is. And secondly, peer pressure. We can say shame. Peer pressure.
I would not unambiguously know that
Yeah.
I have her back.
But also, like it's a little,
There might be a little joke,
a little bit of shame. No, I'm kidding.
Well, but practically speaking, to build on what you were saying, giving like another option, another out, or like a way that this can look like is maybe it looks like you guys agreeing and you agreeing with others as well that if you do reschedule or postpone or cancel, that you will reschedule
That
it
moment.
and decide like, I'm not feeling up to it. I'm feeling drained.
Yes.
Like I really don't want to do this today, but I would really like to do this in the future. And here are a few dates I'm available.
Exactly. Yeah. I was thinking the same. Yeah, that could be an easy half step to the. Yeah.
So Tom, you're up.
Well, to build off what you were saying a moment ago, the avoidance. And for me, it's this behavior, and it's both a behavior and a mindset. And I was kind of second guessing myself, like, can I really say this? Because it's kind of like a mental thing, but it really is like a behavioral one more thing, right? Like, I'm going to send one more email. and then stop working. Oh wow, it's already 5:20 instead of 5 o'clock.
How that shit works.
No, it's literally not how that shit works.
Yeah.
And
Do you,
so-
do you- hold on. Do you know who said this to us one time? It's Eric Tivers, right, from ADHD Rewired. The one thing-itis. This is one thing-itis.
We love you, Eric. We love you. Yeah.
One more, or sorry, one more thing-itis.
One more
That's what it is.
thing-itis.
One more thing-itis.
Is it Ari Tuckman or Eric?
Eric.
Yeah. We love you, Eric. That was brilliant. Yeah, one more thing, itis.
And so for me,
How do you defeat it? How do you defeat one more thing, itis?
for me, what that looks like is kind of, it can look and sound like a bunch of different things, but like practically, it's telling myself, like the behavior is clicking the off button on my phone instead of one more reel till I laugh a little harder, right? When I get a good laugh, I'll stop scrolling, right? That is like my like, most like, I don't know, one of my most self-sabotaging behaviors is when I get a good laugh, I'll stop scrolling, and then you get a really good laugh, and you're like, oh, that's good, and then you scroll, and then the dopamine wears off, and you're like, oh, well, one more good scroll.
You hear like so closely to gambling.
It's
like
like
that's like a gambler's
right?
addiction.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a gambler.
I just need one more hit.
Well,
I just
so
need.
that's why I said a moment ago, like, Aaron, I literally want to
Literally.
block my stuff because like I do Snapchat a lot. I have gotten more into Instagram, which is like something I didn't used to use, and Facebook's always sending me messages about whose birthday it is, and so it's like there's all these opportunities to dive into it, and so if I can like put down the phone and start brushing my teeth, it's so easy for me to then wash my face. And then the question becomes like, how can I fit flossing in there? And then like that's like 3 healthy behaviors that have cascaded right out of me not doing one more thing.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, and like that also gives me a lot of time back because I sit in this like decision paralysis where I'm kind of like numbed out, whether, scrolling's an easy example, but like it happens in work too. Like, oh, I'm checking email. Oh my God, it's 3 p.m. and I haven't eaten lunch yet. Like, that stuff happens in every context. So for me, whatever the context is, I already have a system where, like, my reminder to eat breakfast, to, get a snack, to eat lunch, to do my laundry, like, for me, that works. I know that probably, like, would send other people into a spiral, but having a reminder go off 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and then have the time of for everything I need to do or want to see myself do that day, that's a system that got me through grad school. I mean, so I'm not going to kick it to the curb, but leaning back into that and then getting, starting to remove these like stalled points, and then taking that time back to be productive. And that can be like sleep so I can wake up earlier.
Yeah.
That can be that quiet time that I said earlier that like I want to, so yeah, that getting rid of that one more thing itis or starting to treat it by just doing the next thing that I was planning to do instead of this, one more thing that just popped into my head that's what it is going to be for me.
Before we get to our last beautiful person in the circle, I want to add just the other side of the coin for me. And the anecdotal example is part of that gym discipline. On smartphones, particularly Apple, we can create the blocks. Like you can create custom blocks.
Focus blocks?
Focus blocks, thanks. And also you could download apps that will, sorry for lambasting dumb mode, but you can actually turn your phone into a dumb phone by downloading apps, and when they activate at a certain time of day, it will, my buddy Paul has one that turns your phone like black and white into a scroll list. So like all your apps are just words, like in a scroll. It makes it look like an old like 8-bit kind of a thing. It's pretty cool. So I have a nope mode. It's all caps nope, and the emoji is a flame, and it's got anger. It's got teeth to it. I always set that when I'm at the gym, and the reason is that's my space. That's a nope space. I'm not getting any notifications. No one is allowed to text me or call me. No one can get through nope mode. That's the point of nope mode. And it expanded from there. It started at the gym. Now I use nope mode when there's like an emotional dysregulation. Like if I'm in the car and I forgot to take the trash out the night before, and like I've got 4, because the people who don't live in front, we've got 4 bins, and they're all full now for another week. If I just had a little like small pee panic moment, I'm like, gotta put on nope for this 15-minute drive. Like this is a nope drive, So I'm also hearing like bringing reverence back to your quiet time, bringing reverence and respect back to your private time. And like it's like I have reframed this. I'm disrespecting myself when I scroll that one more thing.
Yeah, it's really, it's a self-sabotage thing. It's like, and it's really sick to, like, I will have these moments where I'm like, I'm consciously doing the thing where I'm aware that there's this other activity that I want to be doing and want to be engaging, and this is the healthier activity, and this is less energy, right? And this is the easier of the two options. It's also the less beneficial option. And so getting myself to kind of like, switch gears in that way, it doesn't have to be like a massive or aggressive thing. Like, like I said earlier, it can be as simple as turning the phone screen off and just going to brush my teeth. If I came back and scroll, like that's not a dig on my goal because I was able to stop that pattern.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's so important.
Yeah.
Even if that's back to your reset
Go back,
point.
you still stop the first time.
And just a reminder, let's think about when that likely happens. Is it, if you think back to your day, is it early in the morning? Is it late at night? Is it at a time when your energy, like just think, I mean, I know sometimes it can be
moments of transition.
right,
Yeah.
but track that.
Okay.
Because if you can track that your days, like I tend to do this in the morning when I'm waking up. I tend to do this late at night. Most of the time, lower willpower points in the day. We have lower energy. Maybe we're crashing from meds. Maybe we are hungry or thirsty. Maybe it's like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Maybe it's like right before bed. And obviously, one of the biggest challenges for ADHD is like being able to like fight that willpower. And we do it a lot during the day. We show up for meetings, we show up for our kids, we show up for our spouses, we show up for all these things, and we're focused and we're locked in, we're doing all this stuff. And then we reach a point in the day where it's like, I can't fight this anymore.
Yeah.
I just need to scroll. I just want to let go. I just want to.
Yeah.
So let's have some compassion for ourselves that happens. But then 2, we can anticipate it. We can prevent it by being like, well, I know it tends to happen at these times.
Totally.
So what can I do now when I'm not in that time and where I have more willpower and I have more of that clarity? I can make the good decision.
Dude, that's, putting my gym clothes right next to my bed.
Yeah.
That's it. That is absolutely it. I'm doing that at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then at 6 a.m. when I wake up, they're right there.
Having your meds or pre-workout on your desk.
It
like,
sounds
Oh,
like
my meds are right
toxic
next to me.
X mode, like fall into the toxic X when you're bored.
Yeah.
Jump on Bumble,
Yeah.
text her. You don't want to do that. You don't want
Feels
to go
weird
back
for me
there.
to be on the other side
No.
because I create
Sorry.
I need a new
that
person.
people are addicted to.
Turn into an
Fair. That's a nuanced conversation. Yeah, but I want to.
Hold on.
But with like
Okay, go.
reclaiming your time, so and like kind of setting boundaries about when you're doing what. So something new that I'm trying, and I'll let you know how it goes. But I have my schedule on my phone. Wait, this is my downtime.
Yes, please.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I have my daily schedule on my unlock screen. So that when I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be right now.
That's
so that I'm not-
brilliant.
That is absolutely
I
brilliant.
actually do something similar. I have the widget for my calendar, and it shows me like where my.
So every time she goes to her phone, she's like, oh, wait, where am I supposed to be right now?
Why are people blowing
And-
my mind at this age? I'm still annoyed.
And not only that,
Ongoing,
what else have you
ongoing.
done?
Never done learning.
You printed it out. You print it
yeah, I
out,
printed it out.
and you laminate it with some tape, and you posted it in 6 different locations around the house, on the
Yeah.
refrigerator, in the bathroom, on your work desk, in the mirror. Because now every time you're in a different location, we have these dead zones. Like everyone has dead zones in their house.
We do.
The
Yeah.
shower, the closet, the bathroom, like whatever it is, these spots where you get lost and like time disappears and then like, you don't know where you're at, what you're supposed to be doing.
God, Aaron, you're always teaching me shit. Dead zones. I haven't
Yeah.
heard this before. I know
It's
exactly
like
what
the
those.
Twilight. It's
Yes.
ADHD Twilight Zone.
I like Twilight. No, I like the Twilight Zone. I absolutely know the Twilight Zones in my house. Yeah, where I lose track of time, energy goes nuts. Yeah,
Also put clocks in every room.
Right.
yeah, clocks everywhere. Yeah.
But just
Externalizing.
last point on this helpful
Yeah.
thing, externalization.
Yeah.
We call it, right. Put it somewhere you can see it. Just having a reminder on your phone sometimes works, but sometimes if you have weak self-control, it can be tough. You just dismiss it. Put it somewhere. Put a big whiteboard up somewhere. Put it somewhere that you don't expect. I mean, we habituate to some of those things in our environment. But if you put it in an unexpected place, like I'm gonna put this on the doorknob, I'm gonna put this on the mirror, you have to see it. I know it's not the most elegant design thing, but, but who cares? Just
we're too old for that.
Do what
Part of
works.
the point is it
Yeah.
looks a little out of place and it grabs your attention.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like out. So what I'm hearing is on the pragmatic side, externalize that thing. And on the spiritual side, it's doing the harder thing when it's the right thing.
Yep.
Sapolsky. Yeah.
All right.
Could you
Hannah.
repeat the questions just one more time?
It has been a long time
It's been a long
since
evening.
we had the question.
It is what behaviors or habits do we need to hold on tightly to or let go lightly of, and how will that change our relationship to ourselves and others?
Okay, yeah. So I've felt like kind of lost lately for a while, mixture of the pandemic kind of stuff, making it easy to avoid. And I have started spending a lot of time like wondering how I got here. Like it used to be so easy to organize a storytelling show with like, you know, like you participated in that one with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was so easy to like grab a couple weirdo creative friends and do stuff that people are like, wow, how'd you do that? It's like, I don't know. I just did it, and it feels like I've lost that. So I've sort of, and that comes with like a lot of the shame and self-doubt, and like I realized that I didn't actually know why I was avoiding, if it was fear of success, and that's why I asked you that question, or if it was fear of failure. It's like definitely perfectionism, the box, but I don't know what I'm actually afraid of, other than the unknown. So I've started doing like a lot of self-observation, and I guess that's one habit that I've started to, it's like mindfulness internally, like the way you go on a mindfulness walk or you do the mindfulness meditation, it's like you actually pay attention to your thoughts, but with the same level of like non-judgment. So it's like, I didn't do the thing I said I wanted to do. That's really weird, you know, or interesting even is probably a better word. Like
Curious.
Why do you think
I love
that?
that.
Yes.
I do love the word interesting. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it is
That
curiosity.
is
I'm framing
interesting
it
why
that
I
way.
did that. Yeah.
I'm framing it in that way because that's how I used to do mindfulness meditation, was remind myself like, oh, just be a journalist and ask the question. Like, oh, I hear that. Oh, this person's over there doing that thing. And it's easy to be curious, in all honesty.
Yeah. So curiosity without judgment. Right?
Yes.
That's the
like
key.
With the turning your brain on to pay attention. Like when I'm going through like a hard time, like, or when I'm dysregulated, something I hate. It's like I have both. It's chaos, but it's the get away from me. No, you can't have what you're asking from me. Get the fuck away from me. Like no more stimuli until I can calm the fuck down. And then there's the higher, like it's gonna be okay. You just need to calm down, and when you do, it'll be better. And the fact that both are going on at the same time, and I can hear both at the same time.
Amen. Yeah.
It's hard. It's so hard, and there's shame that comes with that. I'm like, how? If I can be telling myself the thing I need to do, why can't I do it? If they're both as loud, you know.
And that's and that is exactly why meditation works. It creates that.
It does.
It creates that insight and that separation
Yes.
between, you know, realizing, recognizing, being aware of what it is that you need to change or do,
Yeah.
and then also being able to create that space to make the decision to do it.
Yeah. My pranayama instructor, breathwork instructor, Eben we called it together. We sort of defined this, I think, in a private session. There's the A voice, the B voice, and then the C voice. The C voice is consciousness, it's silent. But that's the one that's ultimately driving. You just said the A and the B voice.
Yeah.
The A voice is the one that's like, shame, 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 why the fuck the fire, the blah, blah, blah. The B voice is like, whoa, A voice, chill out, A voice. Yeah, the B voice is usually more confident and self-loving.
Yeah,
like,
trying to
chill,
calm up spook
whoa, whereas the A voice is constantly running for ADHDers, constantly running. And it's sometimes positive. Oh, look at that, that's exciting. Oh my God, why did we do that? Oh my God. Right, that's the A voice. It's just not, that's why we do mantras. Mantras are to give the A voice something to do and to chew on. Right? Mantras are the A voice's chew toy. Then the B voice gets more power. And then a little bit deeper into the meditation, the C voice shows up. Pure silence, consciousness, right? So I'm hearing that like finding that C voice, that center, right, in between the A and the B voice.
Yeah, which I do feel like is curiosity. That's
Oh my God, there's so many C's in this room. Yeah. Alliteration is amazing in this room. Yeah.
Compassion and curiosity.
Compassion and curiosity and centeredness. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah,
So that's the habit, like in that specific way, and I guess like the shedding is the things that come up as answers that don't serve me, like
letting go.
Like, I am a little afraid I'll look goofy, like going to this thing. But if I'm afraid to pack up my crafting tools and go somewhere, I've started asking a friend to sit on Zoom with me, like I mentioned earlier. That's happened twice now, and will happen again next month. You know, so that's like I know that sounds like I'm pulling in a habit, but to me that's actually letting go. It's like I'm reaching for the easy thing to build the muscle to do those things.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
You're asking
You know,
for support.
I'm letting go of the shame of not being able to do it perfectly the first time.
Yeah, wait, no, I'm hearing both. I'm hearing, again, the brilliance of Catherine Moore, hold on tightly, let go lightly, they're simultaneous, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're the trick is that you're always doing both.
Yeah.
In every action of letting go of something, you're holding on to something else, right? So I'm letting go of shame, you're holding on tightly to self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dual, yeah.
And, that's that. And again, meditation, pranayama, simultaneity in all things.
Surrender is probably the word for that. What letting go. Like again, it sounds like I'm picking up a habit, but just the practice of surrender, just letting all of the things go. That
Give yourself grace.
Yeah. Self-forgiveness. There's so many words for it.
Yeah.
And then the relationship piece. The guy up there is a little quiet.
There's a guy up there? No, I'm kidding. There are two guys on.
It's not God.
I'm sitting.
You're sitting on the Jesus pillow.
Also, stop him. Ooh. Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, you're
Sorry.
so
I know. Right?
I could go for hours. This is too much. Yeah. So back to A voice, B voice, grace and stuff. Yeah.
It's okay, yeah. Like, and so something I've realized, like, in that space of how did I get here, like, not happy. It's funny. It's okay. You can laugh.
I'm still laughing at this joke. Sorry.
It's totally fine.
You guys, I'm very funny. Yeah. But actually, I want to take it serious for a second. Very personal. I had my first real panic attack end of last year, and it was because of the exact moment you experienced.
Yeah.
It is the higher mind and the lower mind, and my inability to find the C voice. I've gone to that place. I've sat in meditation for an hour and a half and seen myself floating above. I was in my driveway and I didn't make it back from the mailbox. My partner came and found me on the concrete. Like I could not get out of the A voice and the B voice thing. Yeah. So I feel you deeply.
Yeah, and that's sort of what it was. It was just like sitting there, no one's home. The dogs are actually laying down for once, and I still am miserable. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing rage and stimulating me, But and then like you go into the bathroom and you hyperventilate, and it's like I can't do this anymore. Mm. But I don't know what the answer is, so that's what the self. And since doing that, I've noticed that it started, like the things that calcify in a long-term relationship have been with Joe for 8 years. Or something like that. I've kind of lost count, to be honest. It's around a decade, just not quite.
Hell yeah.
And I've started noticing the things that I would not tell him because I didn't fully know the answer myself, or I didn't want to deal with like his questions. I've realized that he's much more black and white than I am. And I'm like very gray, like galaxy brain, like supreme. But I can pay attention to all of it. And so stopping that stuff, like not needing to pay attention to every little negative thing my brain wants to supply me, and me going, instead, and I can turn to him and be like, you're actually a little bit more black and white. So my communication about how I'm feeling started to get better, like very, very recently. Like me going upstairs and saying, I have some things I want to share because I actually have the language for it now.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the way it's kind of changed my relationships in a good way, specifically my romantic relationship. But it also like softens me towards most people generally.
Discipline is earned through a multitude of small victories and losses over a very long campaign.
Yeah, and it's hard to feel that until you're halfway through or better sometimes. But I agree.
So I want to do something here. Are there any habits, any pivotal habits, any things that you think, hey, this has like changed my life, or this is the thing that I've really learned that I think is important to share with the ADHD community, with other ADHD adults? If there's like one thing that you'd want to share with people that are trying to adopt new habits, new strategies, what would that thing be? Just rapid fire.
Yeah, what would you have told yourself when Googling?
You don't have to stick the landing. Just try.
Anyone? Yeah.
Similar. We were talking about this morning. The first 10% is the hardest.
Yeah.
If you can just drive to the gym, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go in and you're going to work out. Just getting there.
Focus on the 11%. Yeah.
I don't know. In the moments when you really do believe you hate how weird you are, just think about the moments when you actually love how weird you are.
Do with my left hand. I can't.
Any tips, any tools, any insights you want to share?
You don't have to. No one has to. But is there anybody else?
there is something that has changed my life the last year.
Yeah.
I thought I had imposter syndrome. And the truth is, I can. And I did. And it didn't take much. I didn't have to even convince myself. Directing, sorry, that's what I'm referring to.
I'm so thankful the epiphany came after the camera moved. Say it again. So,
Directing.
yeah. Directing, baby.
So you thought you had imposter syndrome.
I thought, because like, going into a new move, I mean, as a producer, okay, you know what the lineup's always going to be and what it should look like. But then sitting in a different position from a different angle and actually being able to do it yourself and not question yourself, fucking fantastic. And I didn't question myself. I thought, like, going into my first shoot, I'm like, I can't do this. What am I doing? I didn't go to school for this. I don't have the education. And then I did it. And it's done.
Maybe a mantra.
And I can do it again.
I can and I did. Yeah, I was
And
trying
I'm
to think of
doing
that
it.
mantras.
Yeah.
I'm
doing it.
Or I can and I will. If
Yeah.
You haven't completed it yet.
Oh God, does anyone do Peloton here? Anyone? No?
I have a poster for you that I'm going to tell you about later. But yeah,
wait,
so
what
I
about the
can.
Peloton?
What about the Peloton? Yeah.
I can. I will. I am. I do.
That's that.
I'm sorry, I didn't even know.
Anyone else?
But I also like for you. But I also like for you, and it's maybe selfish. I came to the same conclusion very recently. I'm not faking it.
Yeah. It's not like a fake thing.
It's not fake.
It's real.
It's not fake. I'm not faking it.
Yeah. And
You're not
it's
impossible.
happening in real time.
Yeah.
Which is the crazy part.
Yeah. Accepting one's own reality is a big deal.
Yeah. No, I don't like that part.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, a big one for me, and some advice that I've been given a long time ago, is to not check for progress too frequently. If you reflect and you ask yourself, have I achieved that goal? Have I made that change every hour, every day? You don't actually have an opportunity to make the change or to implement something new. So the biggest thing for me in, like, the past several years has been, like, set the intention, give it a week at least, and then come back to it.
I love that. That's new. That's yeah. Don't beat yourself up with progress, Hornsby.
Yeah, because if you check for data all the time, you know, you can't find a good trend line. And so you don't really know what direction you're going. So check for data routinely.
Well, especially, I think it's especially true if you are checking in a way that's like judging yourself.
Yeah.
Like, how far am I? Why am I not there yet? What's wrong with me? And like kind of looking at it in that way.
I guess that's the default mode for me, so thanks
Yeah.
for calling that out. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I also think you can build that.
Well, but it's all. I think it is helpful to track things
Yeah.
along the way,
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
keeps it front and center. It keeps it like, you know, it's in your space, and if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, right? So for ADHDers, it's like if you aren't looking at it, you might forget I am making progress. So I think it is good. Like, don't let go of the judgment, but also check in and maybe recognize the successes.
Yeah.
Recognize what you're doing.
Yeah, I have a weekly call with an accountability coach, and that's what it's all about. Is like, hey, what were the goals we were working on, and what were.
And that's why coaching, right, to plug, right, is like, I'm an ADHD coach, so Potential Within Reach
What?
is my other business where I do coaching. And that's exactly what works too with coaching in particular, is like one of the facets of it is that accountability, that check-in. And a lot of times it is once a week. Sometimes it's you have some other metrics in between and stuff, but you do have that touch point once a week.
Yeah, and for me, more than once a week is too frequent.
Yeah.
I don't have enough opportunity to implement the stuff I talked about 2 weeks ago.
No, that resonated for me. I have friends who get into that neurotic trap of like, it's like, what about today? 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 And it's like, what about like 4 days from now?
Yeah,
Like,
what
let
about
it
giving yourself
breathe.
a chance to do it today?
Yeah.
And if we could have a major takeaway out of all of this, we're offering you guys, as an audience, we're offering you points of view. We're offering you perspective. We're offering you from our lived-in experiences. That's exactly what we're doing at these fireside chats. We're interviewing everyday ADHDers, going through this life of adulting with ADHD, and giving you some insights. But what works for me, what works for Stephen, what works for Tom, what works for all of the folks in this circle may not work for you, or it might. So try it out, test it out, see what works. And if it doesn't fit, if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it.
It also might work now
Yeah.
and not work later. It might not work now and work later. It might work now and not
You
work
might not be
later.
ready for it. Right?
Yeah.
It might be not be the right time.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you guys. Can everybody give yourselves a round of quiet applause?
We've made it.
Yeah. Oh, a round of applause. Thank you. God, we do take things literally. I love that.
Wait, which way?
Which way? I'll get goopy for a second, and it's helped to explain to our audience. There's an ADHD conference every year, the International ADHD Conference. Last year was in Anaheim. I don't think they've announced where it is this year.
And there's a neurodivergence conference.
Yes, and then yes.
Neurodiversion.
Neurodiversion.org. I'm assuming it's showing up right now.
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, March 27th through the 29th.
Hell yeah.
And it's going to be an annual thing.
Yes, right after South by Southwest.
Annual thing.
Yes. This
Okay.
is an inaugural event.
Yes.
Amazing.
So whether or not we get this produced, I think we'll have it produced by then.
Yes.
But stay tuned.
So I wanted to wrap us out by saying, Aaron and I went to the early ADHD conferences when they were Chad, and now they're all the three kind of major organizations come together. The ADHD the annual International ADHD Conference. What's really special about it for me personally, and I think this is felt widely, is this concept I keep bringing up of hypervigilance melting away. We spend so much of our lives, young adult, child, young adult, and adult, masking. Masking. We're not alone. We are a part of any minority group who masks. That experience is existentially exhausting, right? It's exhausting literally every day. It's exhausting though on this like soul level. And the catharsis, the intense epiphany of that first CHAD conference, of any ADHD conference, is that moment that I realized I wasn't masking. I had just stopped, and I was at a table of 20 other people, and we all stopped, and like there was a lot of laughing, and a lot of like happiness and gaiety and joy. And there was nothing personal, like nobody was taking it personally. I mean, the idea, the funny, like people will stop and start conversations with no adherence to time. Over 3 days.
And everyone's fine with that.
No one's upset.
Yeah.
Like we just did, right?
Yeah.
Like we just spring off of each other. And I was desperate to create that in more spaces. Desperate. I was like, there is no way this can only happen for 3 days a year. There's no way. And so what I'm trying to do, and what Aaron's trying to do, and what we're trying to do with these spaces, which I think we really accomplished beautifully tonight, is to create a space where masking gets the fuck out of the room, give them PTFO, and we are ourselves. And we give each other love and make each other grace. We game, respect, game. And I'm just grateful beyond tears, beyond words. I don't have poetry for this feeling. I just have the feeling, and it's excellent. And it's because of each of one of you. So thank you for being on the early stage of this. This is gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop. I'll bankrupt myself before I stop doing this because it's too good. It's too right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, namaste. Namaste right here.